This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and we're here with our Monday night NBA play of the day. As you can see, not in a normal setting. We are currently in a hotel room in New York City. Uh, Last week, as I mentioned, I was in Boston at the MIT Sports Analytic Conference. I went straight from that in Boston. We actually took a 4-hour bus trip from Boston to New York yesterday. Now we're in New York pretty much till Friday. So today, there's not a lot on my slate, which is why I'm able to do this show for you guys today. But starting tomorrow, I might be able to go out tomorrow, I think, but definitely Wednesday and Thursday is highly unlikely. And then Friday is my flight home. Maybe I can get one in the morning before I check out. We'll see what happens on that, but very busy. If you've been paying attention to all of the awards that we've been nominated for and the awards that we've been winning in the industry in the past couple weeks. Tomorrow, March 11th, Wednesday, that's when we find out if we have won any of the Starties Awards, which are part of this event we're at in New York here. So yeah, keep your peepers popped. Keep you updated as that stuff progresses. Some more housekeeping things. If you like free stuff, it is in your best interest to join the PlayerProps.ai March Madness Bracket Challenge. It's hosted on ESPN as it is every year. To get access to that, it's very simple. Just go to the free Discord channel. It's Men's CBB, Men's College Basketball. The link's in there. You click the link, you join for free. We're going to be giving away, I believe, first place is going to be an annual pass. So $499 free because that's how much the annual pass costs. So you get a full 12 months, a full 365 days of premium for just winning that bracket challenge. And then we're going to have other awards for second through fifth place as well. So it doesn't matter if you don't know a lick about college basketball. Just what I'm trying to have you learn from yourself is that if there's something that's available for free that can essentially increase your bankroll, you need to take advantage of it. 365 days of PlayerProps.ai Premium for free will definitely increase your bankroll, so you need to take advantage of it. If you do not join the free March Madness Bracket Challenge, that is how you are telling yourself that you are not that interested in, enhancing your bankroll and figuring out this betting thing that you've been losing at. I'm trying to hold your hand. I'm trying to guide you to the water. You just need to drink. It's very simple. Go to the Discord, go to the free college basketball channel, click the link that's in that channel, and get in. Again, it does not matter if you do not know anything about college basketball. You can Christmas tree your bracket, and you probably will still have a better bracket than most people actually attempting to win this, or most people that actually think they know college basketball. So just join. Brackets are dropped on Sunday. So March 16th, which is, I believe, Sunday's date. Um, that's Sunday night is the selection show. That's when we see the brackets. Ben and I are going to put out a college basketball bracket preview show on Monday, a week from today. And then starting on Sunday night, or at least on Monday, that's when you can start filling out your bracket. You have to be in the group and you have to have your bracket filled out by the first tip off of the first game, which is going to be on Thursday. So you have from now until Thursday, probably I think at noon Eastern time, to get into the free contest and to fill out your free bracket. Again, it does not matter if you don't understand college basketball or don't know what you're doing. If you could still find a way to get first place by Christmas treeing it and just randomly picking things, you can get a full 365 days of premium for free. All right. Also, if you are premium already and you want to go to the March 20, yes, March 29th Player Props Party hosted in Orlando, Florida, which is an event where all of our premium members are coming to Orlando, Florida. I'm covering all the drinks, covering all the food, and we're just having a little fun atmosphere of meeting each other IRL in real life. and also having a lot of giveaways and a lot of fun things there. It's going to be in the heat of the March Madness bracket, so there's going to be a lot of betting challenges, if you will, if you want to call it that. Just a lot of free stuff, a lot of fun stuff. If you are able to make it to Orlando, Florida on March 29th, it's in your best interest to shoot me a DM on Discord as quickly as possible. There may still be a ticket or two left. Now, let's find something for March 10th. If you saw the screenshots in the Discord, a lot of people won a lot of money over the weekend. Um, it's a mixture of NBA Moneyline Predictor going 100% on one of the days. NHL has been crushing for some people over the weekend as well. Well, I mean, if it crushes for some people, it crushes for everybody. It just depends on if you're using the tools as designed. But yeah, there's a lot of parlays hit as well. A lot of winning screenshots in Discord. If you are kind of just watching things and you haven't upgraded yet, because you can see the winning channels, the winning screenshots channels for free. Again, it's in your best interest to pay attention to the people who are constantly posting winning screenshots. And you can even ask them in Discord for tips, anything like that. Everybody in Discord is more than happy to help out and answer questions. If you want to have the same level of success as you see someone else having, you need to do exactly what they are doing. You can't just guess. You can't just put something together and cross your fingers and toes. If you see someone crushing it with PlayerProps.ai, which is people that are using the tool as intended are crushing it, you need to do what they're doing. It's not rocket science. You can ask them questions if you have questions. You just can't ignore all of the guidelines. You have to do all the guidelines. You have to follow all the things that I tell you to do, how to use the tool correctly, and then do exactly what they're doing. So we did what we always do in the show. We started off by going 15 minimum line for points, 50% minimum accuracy. As we saw last week, the top ones typically, for a lot of the days we did a show last week, there's barely any skin on the bones. The best difference is Bam's 20.5 line and his 22.15 projection, which isn't a full, it's not even 2 points higher. On top of that, we had a lot of red. Um, we have fifth best defense. We have 48th. We have ninth. So even the top three, even though there's no skin on the bones in terms of their percentage difference, they're also red defense first positions. So we know we're not going over on points today. So what do we do instead of playing around with that? We check the unders. There's a little more skin on the bones here when it comes to the unders. We have PJ Washington, not a huge fan of his the fact that the Spurs absolutely suck when it comes to guarding power forwards and allowing points. But if we go one more down, we get good old Cat, who's got a lot of red in his past data, all red. He's got a line of 26.5. His projection's 20. Sportsbooks are favoring the side. Difference is 23%. So there's, in the uh, problem here is that Sacramento, let me actually click on this. Sacramento is the second best in defending centers on the points. Well, that's mainly in part to Sabonis. And Sabonis is a game time decision. So he's missed a lot of games. He's a yellow GTD, and if you remember what that means he has a 50% chance of playing. Also, Jalen Brunson being out, he's typically a main part of the offense. That gives Karl-Anthony Towns a lot more opportunities to score points with Jalen Brunson officially already out. So even though before we looked at the roster, everything here, everything on this page looks good. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, we added a new feature here if you didn't see what this is. We have a line movement tracker. So when you check it later in the day, you could see like, okay, maybe he's 26.5, but what did he start out as? Maybe he started out at 27.5 and it went down, or he started at 25.5 and it went up. So this will tell you when at different parts of the day when the line changes. So you can know if you're getting a better line or if you're getting a worse line. Because there's a lot of people who will check things and they'll be like, oh, this I'll bet under on this. But if you're betting under on a line that prior to you betting under was a lot higher. So let's say you're going under Cat at 26.5, but earlier in the day he was like 28.5. That means you're getting a worse line. You're getting a line that when everybody else has already bet the under. Long story short, even though he's got a lot of red, even though all the things on here are saying, yes, this is the play of the day, this here makes me nervous. If Sabonis doesn't play, we don't like this. But even the fact that if he does play, I still am not a huge fan of Jalen Brunson being out. I like him being in because he takes so many shots away from all the other teammates. So with him being out, I know Miles McBride is okay. Mikal Bridges has been going off. This just gives Karl-Anthony Towns more opportunity, which is what we try to stay away from in players when we go under. So yeah, I don't know. I almost want to say that even if Sabonis plays, I probably won't play this. And you guys should know by now that when I find something on the show, sometimes our episodes, sometimes they take 8 minutes, sometimes they take 18 minutes. I'm not going to just pick something to pick something and call it a day. I'm going to go through the motions, I'm going to go through the process, I'm going to explain everything going through my head. And so I want you to learn from this. That's the whole point of you watching the show is you're learning how's the guy that created this tool for me to win more and lose less, how is he using the tool on a daily basis? So next time that there's a scenario just like the cat scenario, oh, I remember when Travis said that even though it looks good, if the roster is concerning, maybe don't bet it. So all of these little golden nuggets that I say in every single episode, you need to, if you're not good at remembering golden nuggets, write them down, make a note of it, pull up your phone. If you got an iPhone, pull up the notepad. I'm pretty sure Android also has some kind of notepad. And just keep, if every time you get a golden nugget, like, oh, that's good to remember. Just jot it down. So next time, when there's days where I don't have shows, or even on days I do have shows, you pull up the app by yourself, you go through the golden nuggets, and just make sure that you're doing everything that I'm doing on the show, and that's how you find the winning plays. So I'm gonna go back to under. There's nobody else here. Jimmy buckets. So PJ Washington's got a green defense, which concerns me. Austin Reeves has a green defense, concerns. Bradley Beal, like they all have a defense that's 109 or worse out of 150. We have to go all the way down to Jimmy Butler before we get a defense that's not red. His last two games, he's gotten 25 and 26 points. His line today is 20.5. Uh, the defense is four away. So remember, that 1 through 49 is red. So it's very, very close to being a red defense, which is a good defense, which means Portland's decent, pretty good at defending small forwards and allowing points. Everything's red here, which we always like. He did have a lot of games where we targeted his under quite often since he went to Golden State. The last two games being 25 and 26 is not something that I love seeing. Hmm. Check the roster, see if there's anything concerning here. I guess essentially we can look at the fact that so Denny is their main starter for small forward. So if he's their main starter for small forward, then we can also argue. Oh, I guess Jeremy and Denny both kind of play that three spot. Um, if he doesn't play, that means they don't have the same starting roster that gave them that 54 rating. So that's why we're looking at the rosters. Oh, Portland's 54th best out of 150 in defending small forward for points. That is based on the main typical starting roster. If somebody is out, this ranking it does not matter. If somebody's out in that defending position, I mean. So what I want to do here is I want to look at the spread for this game. What are we looking for here? Okay, so Golden State is favored by 12 points. Okay, we have Golden State favored by 12 points, which means it's essentially a blowout. It's a double-digit point spread. If they get blown out, Jimmy gets less minutes. Yeah, 35 minutes, 37 minutes. He actually had 0 fouls in both these games, which is interesting. So what I want to do here without changing my screen at all is I'm going to pull up the box score for these games, I'm going to pull up the score for these games. And what I'm looking for is, because I don't remember on the top of my head if Brooklyn and Detroit were close games or not in these last 2 days. This hotel Wi-Fi is hot garbage. It's very frustrating. All right. So what we're looking for is the last 2 games. We're looking for Detroit Golden State and Brooklyn Golden State. Garbage, hot dookie, hotel Wi-Fi. Where in the world? What? Okay, that was weird. All the games hadn't loaded. It wasn't even showing the Portland Golden State game on my phone. That's how bad the Wi-Fi is. I almost thought that I was actually looking at the wrong day. It's like, oh, Jimmy Butler doesn't play today. This Wi-Fi is so bad. Okay, so I pulled it. Now I got the Warriors recent games box score. Okay, perfect. So the Detroit game was a 5-point win for the Warriors, and the Nets game was a 2-point, or yeah, 2-point win. So these games were really close, which is why he got more minutes and went over. This game is not supposed to be really close. 20.5 let me see if we can find a better line for that. See if he's higher on any other sports book. Oh, every sports book has him at 20.5. For going under, the best payouts are on Hard Rock and BetMGM, which is why they're highlighted green, because you get paid more money at a minus 105 than you do anything else. Unfortunately, he might be the best option. So what I want to do here is before we lock in Jimmy Butler under 20.5 is I want to look at the PRA, which is our second favorite stat to look at. If there's anything sexy here. Well, we also have to change our minimum line. So if you want to do PRA, it's got to be 20 because you have 3 stats that are combined. But Trey Jones, oh, we're still looking at under. Look at over first. Carlton Carrington. He's got a nice 21% difference. His projection is 4.29 higher than his line, but the recency stuff is eh. It's eh. It looks like there's 2 Washington players that are projected to do better than their current line. Oh, so if you look at this here, our good little line movement graph, he actually started at 22.5, and then at 9:50 a.m., he went down to 20.5, which made his under even better. So let me see if that's the same on FanDuel. That's point assist. So he started at 22.5 on FanDuel, but he's only down to 21.5. So he's got a better line on DraftKings. So that's how you use the line movement to see, are you getting a better line or a worse line? The fact that we're getting 2 points better and getting a better gap between the projection and the line is nice. Anything different with this? Rosters haven't been updated yet for these 2 players. Let me see. Garbage Wi-Fi. Washington and Toronto Raptors. Toronto's favored by 6.5. They're the home team. Both of these teams are booty cheeks. So if we're doing PRA, This is what I did on the last show. You want to go through because there's not a ranking for PRA because that's just not how it works. Okay, so you see this here? Toronto is almost dead last in worstness, which is a real word, in allowing points for players in the point guard spot. They're pretty good at defending rebounds, but you see Carlton still has a higher projection than his 4.5 line. They're horrible at points and they're horrible at assists. So maybe we just look at the points and assists then. Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense, right? And it looks like they actually versed Toronto 2 days ago when he only had 11. 21 here, 21 here. Hmm. Points and assists, points, rebounds. Where's his rebounds recently? And he had 8 in this game, 5, 5, 5, 2. I think this might be a points and assist play, which we haven't done this season yet. And we are getting a better line because it started at 17.5 and at 9:50 it moved when the DraftKings updated to 16.5. And it's a toss up on the books. The books actually favored the under though, minus 130 on the under. That's interesting. The books favor the under on points and assists, but they favor the over on points, rebounds, assist, even though the rebounds, I feel like the books are trying to pull a quick one, if you will. Hmm. Shouldn't be a blowout. It's two teams that suck. We already looked at Toronto's, even though he just versed Toronto, statistically over the course of the season, they have almost the absolute worst defending point guard points, defending point guard assists. And the last time he versed Toronto, he only had 2 rebounds. And Toronto's actually decent on defending the defense when it comes to rebounds. Wait on the rosters to update here. They favor the under on points. They favor the over on assist. And they're neutral on his rebound line. They favor the PRA over. He bubbled, so he almost had 4 straight here, but he bubbled. Here, let me pull the map up. Or not the map. You know what I mean. He almost had 4 straight. He bubbled, hooked here, 26, 26. In his last game, he just went. But we can see why he didn't do great in his last game because we're going to go to points. He only played 21 minutes. 3 personal fouls, 21 minutes, only put up 9 shots collectively. But why was that though? Was it 3-8? That was Saturday? It's the Raptors. Toronto Raptors. That was a close game too. Oh, because he came off the bench. So Jordan Poole played, Middleton played. So that's why he didn't hit. He came off the bench only had 21 minutes in a game where they won by 1 point. Okay. So this is important on if he's projected to be the starter or not. It says he's projected to get 30.32 minutes. So that's why the roster that we're waiting to get updated here. So this is iffy. This depends on if he's starting or not. Because if Poole's back, oh, I actually was liking this one. Now I'm concerned about his playing time. So Okay. If he's in the starting rotation, he's in the starting lineup, and that gets confirmed, do not touch this until you actually see a confirmed starting roster that Carlton Carrington is in the starting lineup and not coming off the bench. You can look at his over for PRA or PA. Do not touch this otherwise. So that being said, it seems that the under for Jimmy Buckets, which was it 20.5, that seems like what we're going with because we're hoping for the blowout. And hoping for the blowout, we hope that he doesn't get his normal amount of minutes where he doesn't hit that line. Even though he said his last two, but those were close games. This is not supposed to be a close game. Um, but yeah, I think that's what we're doing here. So this is another episode where it takes us a little bit to get to something that makes sense, to make sure we check everything. This is actually probably one of our longer episodes. But again, I'm not doing this show just to hit record, find something, and throw it out there in the atmosphere. I'm actually doing something that I'm planning. I feel confident that it has a good chance of hitting. So even though it took us 25 minutes, it took us 25 minutes. But learn from the show, learn from the videos, learn from the 15,000 plus other people in Discord that are helping you every single day, making you slightly better than the day before. Apply yourself, do the bare minimum, get in the gosh dang college basketball March Madness group so you can have a chance to win a full year of premium access for free. Good luck, and we should be able to see you tomorrow. See you guys.